Most people carry cursed words inside their wallets, without knowing that every time they open it to pay for something, they activate a millennia-old prosperity block. When was the last time you stopped to think about what comes out of your mouth when handling money? Be honest, because I'm going to reveal something I learned in closed Kabbalistic study circles, knowledge that rabbis have kept for generations. There are 5 words, 5 specific expressions that observant Jews avoid pronouncing near money, wallets, bags, bank accounts. And it's not superstition. It's a deep understanding of how language shapes spiritual reality. Let me tell you a story I heard in my family, passed down from my grandfather to my father and from him to me. Imagine a Jewish woman in Krakow, early 20th century, who had a small grocery store. She taught her children, never say certain words when counting the cash. Never. The children thought it was an exaggeration, but she insisted. Years later, when the war came and destroyed almost everything, that family managed to rebuild. The neighbors asked, "How did you do it?" And she replied, "Because we never cursed our own abundance with wrong words." Now tell me in the comments, have you noticed that certain people talk about money in one way and live in scarcity, while others talk differently and prosper? And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now, because I'm going to reveal a linguistic secret that may have been blocking your financial life for years without you knowing. I'm going to give you 3 revelations today. First, why certain words create portals of energy leakage around money. Second, what the 5 forbidden words are and what to use instead of them. Third, how to reprogram your relationship with abundance through Kabbalistic decrees in Hebrew and Portuguese. Stay with me until the end, because the last forbidden word is the most shocking, and the one that most people use without realizing it. Let's start with the foundation. In Kabbalah, there is a principle called dibur, sacred speech. In the Sefer Yetzirah, the Book of Formation, it is written that the world was created through 10 divine emanations called Sephirot, and the first manifestation was through the word. Vayomer Elokim, and God said. A word is not just sound, it is creative energy that shapes reality. When you speak, you emit vibration. This vibration interacts with the energy field around everything, including the money you carry. Now, money in Jewish tradition is not a profane thing. It is neutral energy that can be elevated or degraded according to the intention of the user. There is a concept called kedusha, holiness, which means separation, elevation. You can take a coin and use it to buy something that nourishes your soul, or for something that degrades you. The coin is the same. The difference lies in consciousness, and consciousness is expressed through speech. So when you pronounce certain words around money, you are imbuing that energy with a specific frequency. If the word carries lack, fear, scarcity, rejection, you program money to behave that way in your life, fleeing, never being enough, generating anxiety. It's spiritual physics. In the Talmud, the wise teach, life and death are in the power of the tongue. It's not a metaphor, it's a spiritual law. First forbidden word, lack. Never say it is lacking when looking at your wallet, your account, your money. It seems harmless, right? Ah, there's 50 reais missing here. But look at what happens. The word lack in Hebrew is chaser, chaser. And chaser doesn't just mean absence, it means incompleteness, defect, something that should be there but has been stolen or lost. When you look at your money and declare lack, you are telling the universe, my reality is one of incompleteness, something is wrong. And the universe, which operates by midah keneged midah, measure for measure, responds, if you declare lack, lack you will have. What to say instead? Use, it is in the process of increasing, or simply, I have exactly what I need at this moment, and more is coming. Does it seem silly? Try it for 7 days. Every time the urge to say, "it's lacking," arises, replace it with, "it is growing." You will notice that the feeling changes, because you move out of the frame of scarcity and enter the frame of upward movement. The second forbidden word, difficult. Never say, "it's difficult to make money," "it's difficult to pay this," "it's difficult to save." The word difficult creates energetic resistance. In Kabbalah, there is the concept of kelim, vessels. Your soul is a vessel to receive divine light, which manifests as blessing, health, prosperity. But if the vessel is clogged with beliefs of difficulty, the light does not enter. Imagine someone trying to fill a glass of water, but the glass is turned upside down. It's not that the water doesn't exist, it's that the container is not positioned to receive. When you declare difficult, you turn the glass. You create a self-imposed blockage. Replace it with, "it's organizing itself," or "I'm learning the way." These phrases keep the energy flowing. They acknowledge the challenge without crystallizing impossibility. A pattern that frequently appears among people who have moved out of scarcity. They stop using the word difficult. They start saying, "interesting, I will figure out how to solve this." The third forbidden word, and this one is heavy, never. Especially when associated with money. I will never make it. There is never enough. It never works out for me. The word never is a negative prophetic decree. In the Zohar, it is explained that certain words open portals between worlds. When you say never with strong emotion, you are not just expressing frustration, you are sealing a spiritual reality. It's like signing a contract with limiting forces. In Jewish tradition, there is something called shvuah, oath. An oath is no joke. It has binding power in the spiritual world. And when you say, "I will never have money," even if without formal intention, you are making a negative oath. You tie your own prosperity. Replace it with, "I haven't manifested yet, but it's in motion." Or, "not until now, but from now on, yes." Do you see the difference? You acknowledge the past without imprisoning it in the future. Fourth forbidden word, impossible. It's impossible for me to pay this debt. It's impossible for me to earn more. Impossible denies the divine essence within you. In Bereshit, Genesis, it is written, "And God created man in his image." Tselem Elokim, divine image. If you carry a divine spark, nothing is impossible. It may be unlikely, it may require change, growth, time, but impossible? Never. When you say impossible, you forget who you are spiritually. Replace it with, "I don't know how yet, but I will figure it out," or, "It seems big, but I will take it one step at a time." Keep the door open. In Kabbalah, we call this bitul hayesh, the annulment of limited existence. You break the illusion that there is something greater than the creative force that resides within you. The fifth and final forbidden word, the most shocking, because almost everyone uses it, deserve. Wait, you're thinking, "But I thought I had to affirm that I deserve abundance." No. Look at the subtlety. When you say, "I deserve," you are operating in a paradigm of deserving. Deserving implies judgment, measurement, conditionality. If I do X, I deserve Y. That is not a Kabbalistic principle. That is ego disguised as spirituality. In Kabbalah, prosperity does not come from deserving, it comes from alignment. The concept is Shefa, divine flow. Shefa is abundance that emanates from God constantly, like sunlight. The sun doesn't ask if you deserve light, it shines. Your task is not to prove that you deserve it, Your task is to open the container, remove blockages, align yourself with the flow. When you get stuck in I deserve, you are negotiating with God. And negotiation implies two conflicting parties. There is no conflict. There is only flow that you block or allow. Replace it with, I am aligned with the divine abundance that flows to me. Or, I am a channel of prosperity. See how it changes? It moves from conditional deserving to spiritual identity. You don't need to deserve to be a child of God. You already are. And the child of the King has access to the Father's treasure, not by merit, but by nature. Now I will teach you a linguistic purification ritual that takes 3 minutes a day for 21 days. You will need your wallet, a small piece of paper, a pen, and 3 minutes of silence. Best time, right after waking up, before checking your phone, when the mind is still malleable. Step 1. Take everything out of your wallet. Money, cards, documents, everything. Leave her empty in your hands. Step 2. Take a deep breath 3 times and say aloud, Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who sanctifies us with your commandments. I purify this vessel of every word of scarcity that I have ever spoken over it. Step 3. Take the small piece of paper and write these 5 phrases, one for each forbidden word you are replacing. Always increasing, always flowing, always in possibility, always in motion, always in alignment. Fold the paper and place it inside your wallet, in a compartment that you see every time you open it. Step 4. As you put back money and cards, say about each item, may you circulate with blessing. May you attract abundance. May you be a channel of Shefa. It doesn't have to be in Hebrew. Your intention in Portuguese has the same power. Step 5. During the day, every time you open your wallet, to pay, to check, to put something away, before closing it, touch the paper for a second and breathe. This anchors the new linguistic pattern. And what is the result of this practice? Look, I won't promise you that in 21 days you'll get rich. But what will happen, you will start to notice opportunities that have always been there but you didn't see. You will notice that conversations about money no longer make you anxious. You will feel a lightness when paying bills, as if money were a natural flow, not a burden. And at some point, it could be week 2, 3, or after the 21 days, something will appear. An unexpected extra, an income idea, a forgiven debt, a surprise discount. It's not magic, it's alignment. When you remove linguistic blockage, energy flows. Now a warning. When you start to change speech patterns, the Yetzer Hara, the inclination towards imbalance, will resist. You will forget. It will sleep and say it's missing without realizing it. It will think this is nonsense, words change nothing. Do you recognize that voice? It is the guardian of the status quo. In the Talmud, it is written, He who comes to purify himself is assisted from heaven, but he who hesitates at the door is hindered by his own doubt. So don't give up at the first stumble. If you slipped and said a forbidden word, just breathe and correct it out loud. I cancel this. I replace it with, it's not failure, it's training. Spiritual muscle strengthens with conscious repetition. Recapping the 5 forbidden words. 1. Lack. Replace with in increase. 2. Difficult. Replace with in organization. 3. Never. Replace with not yet but in motion. 4. Impossible. Replace with I don't know how yet but I will find out. 5. I deserve. Replace with I am aligned with the divine flow. Ritual. Purify the wallet. Place paper with decrees, touch before closing, for 21 consecutive days. Expected outcome. Energetic alignment, removal of self-imposed blocks, opening to opportunities. Now the blessing. Close your eyes. Place your hand over your wallet, purse, or simply over your heart. It is written in the book of Malachi, "Bring all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. And try me now in this, says the Lord of hosts, if I will not open for you the windows of heaven, and pour out for you such blessing that there will not be room enough to receive it. And I decree over you now, that your mouth be a gate of blessing, not of cursing. That every word that comes from your lips when touching your money be a decree of abundance, not of scarcity. That the divine flow, Shefa, floods your life, your home, your wallet, your account. That linguistic blocks dissolve like ice in the sun. That opportunities appear where there were once walls. That your language reflects your true identity, child of the King, heir of unlimited abundance. It is decreed, it is sealed, it is done. Amen. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. And activate the bell, because in the next video I will reveal the 3 times of the day when praying for money is spiritually blocked. And no one has told you this before. Share this video with someone you know who keeps complaining that there's not enough money, that it's tough, that it never works out. Sometimes the person just needs to understand that the words they use are trapping their own prosperity. You can be the messenger of this liberation. And tell me in the comments, which of these 5 words do you use the most? No judgment, just honest recognition. Because the first step to change is seeing where you are. Go in peace, my son, my daughter. May your tongue be an instrument of blessing. And remember, prosperity does not come from deserving. It comes from alignment with the one who has never stopped pouring abundance upon you.